You're going to drop a ball eventually, just don't drop the same ball twice.
I'm Martina Bernhofer, and this is Growth Through Challenge. Real conversations about the human side of building something. Today I'm sitting with Drew Wilson, owner and operator of Let's Dig It Excavation Service, right here in New Brunswick. Drew grew up working heavy machinery on his family dairy farm, went out west at 21 to operate some of the largest equipment in the world, and then chose to come back home in 2022 to build something on his own. For his family, for his community, and on his own terms. Drew, welcome to Growth Through Challenge.
Awesome, thanks. It's good to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me in a couple of sentences, what have you built here and why did you build it on your own?
What have I built here? So I started a little excavation business. So I've started, that's kind of like the first step. Got the equipment, got the truck, the excavator. So now I'm just kind of starting to get the name out and trying to grow the business. So yes, we do excavation, all kinds of excavation, from land clearing to digging foundations to digging trenches, kind of anything that you don't want to dig with a shovel or by hand, we'll dig it with the excavator. Yeah.
What made you start that business? I mean, that needed a lot of investment up front, right?
Yeah, it totally did. The biggest reason, so when I lived out west, I was there for a while and I moved back home. And so I'm the fourth generation of my family farm. So when my family and I moved back, we were going to take over the old farmhouse. Didn't want to live with my parents forever, so I built them a small house kind of right there on the homestead. So to try to get the excavation work done for that, people were showing up and it was like crazy expensive, and then like timelines, long lead times. And I was kind of in a hurry. So I ended up rented an excavator and did the work myself. And I was kind of like, I can fill this void in the market. Mm-hmm. I can try to be quick response times. I'm able to do the work. So, yeah.
What do you think was the void in the market?
What I think the void in the market was? That's a good question. So I think at the time, people were really busy. And the only names I saw were the busy companies. Mm-hmm. I didn't know of a lot of the little people around, little guys, whatever you want to call the smaller businesses. So I really found a big void there because it was easy to get a machine that was like way too big to come do the job, but to find someone that was just right, that was kind of the hard part. So you were more flexible as well? That's right. Yeah. So like I was able to kind of see like, wow, there's a big need here, and talking to so many people in the community, and they're like, oh, we need this done, we need that done, and I can't find anybody. So I was like, light bulb went off. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of investment up front, a lot of kind of dipping into your life savings and then looking for loans, and that's where I got paired up with the CBDC. Okay. That was pretty awesome. Yeah. And they gave me some great guidance and good help with some funding too. So get started. Yeah. Okay. That is a big help, especially at the beginning, right? Totally is. So how many machineries do you have now? So right now I just have the truck, the excavator, and the float trailer, and we also have a little farm tractor that I use when I need to. So yeah, so just the three pieces right now. So, okay. Yeah. That keeps you busy. It does. Good. It does. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So I'm the sole operator of everything right now. So I'm kind of load the truck, jump out of the excavator, jump on the truck, take off. Yeah. So Drew, what do you think? What makes you different? Because there's like, especially in the area here in the countryside, there's a lot of people who have excavators and who try to offer the service a little bit just to finance their own excavator a little bit. Yeah. What makes you different? I want to say the quality of work. I'm not saying I'm better quality than the other guys, because I'm sure there's a lot of great operators out there. Some of the best ones I know are from around here. So they're fantastic guys. But I like to make sure the quality of what I'm doing is there and the communication is there too. So normally if I'm going to look at a job with a customer, I'd like to have them there. We'll walk around and be like, hey, this is how I do things. I want to make sure you understand. And so we're all on the same page the whole time. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't want to quote on a job and come up and do it quick and fast and not have questions lingering on the customer side. So I want them to understand kind of my world a bit so they can understand what I'm doing for them. Okay.
Yeah, this is so important. I love that because you need to understand the client, right?
Yeah.
In order to offer the correct job and do the correct work.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and sometimes customers don't understand what your side of things look like. I was doing a quote for drain tile the other day. So the fellow's like, hey, I need all my basement dug up. I need new drain tile put in, and I also want the walls waterproofed. So kind of like talking with him, like, hey, we got to put this on. We got to dig this all out first. We got to put this barrier on. We got to put a slip plane on over top of the barrier, so when the dirt settles, it doesn't pull the sticky barrier off. All this kind of stuff. So it was informative for them, and at the same time, it was good to kind of build a bit of a relationship with them to be like, this is how I'm going to do it, so you can see kind of how it's done. Yeah,
because I bet the clients have no, like, I just speak of myself. When I had David work on a project, I'm like, oh, this is so quick, easy, let's do it, da, da, da. And I have no idea, about the background. And he says, wait a minute.
That's right. Yeah. Pinterest can be awesome, but it can be terrible. Yeah.
Especially when you're not patient enough
to
get the work done.
That's right. Yeah. Often stuff takes way longer than we think it's going to.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, totally.
That's right.
Yeah. And kind of with that as well, like I'm quite patient with customers, and to get the job done, I hate rushing to do the job. I'd rather take a little bit longer and do the job well.
Okay.
As well. So.
Yeah. I think that's very smart.
Yeah. It's hard, but it's, I think
hard but smart.
Yeah. I like to think so. Yeah.
Why did you come back here? What did you do out west?
So when I moved out west, I went to Fort McMurray. I was working in the oil sands out there, so I was running heavy equipment out there. So the biggest trucks in the world, and excavators and shovels and dozers, and
wow.
So it's kind of funny going from like the giant equipment to this little thing that I can hardly fit in, like the Krusty the Clown car when I get out of it. The reason I came back was family. My parents were getting older. My in-laws were getting older, and brother-in-law was sick at the time, and so it was just kind of time to come back to spend time with the family before there's no time left, kind of thing. So and that was a big driver. And then the other part was I was having a hard time working in the corporate world. Where I was, I think we had like just over 5,000 employees on my one site and then one company, but there's about 10,000 roughly there any given day. A lot of policies, procedures, rules, and regulations. I understand why they're there, but it's very rigid, very stringent. And you're just a number at the end of the day. That's what you felt like. So
you felt like the urge to do it to do something on your own. Yeah,
and there's no room for creativity out there.
You mean here in Fredericton?
No, sorry, out west.
Out west. Okay.
Out west, yeah. And growing up on the dairy farm too, like it was you figure it out, you make it work. Out there, you had to figure it out and make it work, but you couldn't do it all the time because if you went against a wrong procedure, you get yourself in trouble and blah blah blah. And now it's figuring life out and trying to do everything with entrepreneurship is a big challenge, and it's more rewarding, I find. So yeah.
So what is rewarding for you?
The satisfaction of working hard to earn your paycheck is something I really like. If that makes any sense.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like the same. So when we speak about challenges, what was the biggest challenge being an entrepreneur in a startup? Something nobody warned you about.
The pricing I find is like one of the hardest things.
Yes, I can relate to that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like,
especially when you're kind of new in the industry.
Yeah, and especially when I'm looking over a quote that I'm doing, like, man, that's like $25,000. I don't want to pay that. Like, I don't think I would pay that for someone. I can't give that to somebody. But at the same time, like, you have to because everything's so expensive these days. So I think for me, that's the hardest part. And I've learned a couple lessons too through that. Like, I was supposed to quote a job for a guy who lived up the road from me. And I was working through this quote. He wanted a big pad built for a tent and a bunch of trees cleared. And so I was sitting at like $11,500 for this quote. And I'm like, I can't give that to him. And it took me so long. And eventually he messaged me back. He's like, okay, don't worry about it. I got someone else for what you're getting, and just get the number out there kind of thing. So that was that was hard. I still kicked myself in the butt over that a bit because it was a hard lesson to learn.
That's what I always hear, though. You have a value. You're flexible. You're customer concerned, and you offer a really good value. So you can't charge the amount you need to.
Yeah.
Even when there's something left for you at the end, because you deserve it, right?
True enough. Yeah.
And if it's too expensive for the client, they will either bargain or decline anyways.
No, that's right. So, yeah, it's hard to, I guess, accept that a bit too. Like, yeah.
So that was your own battle a little bit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's the thing I battle still the most. Yeah, just the pricing thing. The work part I'm not bad with. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, it's digging dirt, and it's kind of like, you get to be a boy again. And
well, the activity itself in the business is most of the time the easiest part, because that's what you're good at. That's what you've learned.
That's right.
That's what you love. But entrepreneurship comes with so many different areas.
It does.
You have to do, but sometimes you don't really want to do it.
No, true.
So what are some other areas you're like, oh, this is something I really don't like?
Yeah. Another thing I really struggle with is I enjoy working.
Yeah.
And to balance family life with that too. And summer's my busy time. The kids are out of school. We have 3 kids that I want to do tons of stuff with, but at the same time, I'm like, so I have a hard time stopping work to make time.
Balance.
Yeah. And that's really been hard. It seems like there's never enough time with the kids, but there's never enough time to do work. So I think I was listening to TD Jakes one time, and he was saying, it's like juggling everything. You have your family, you have work, you got this other thing. You're going to drop a ball eventually. Just don't drop the same ball twice, kind of thing. So like, it's kind of a good way to look at it. Like,
interesting.
There's something I'm not going to do right, so I'm going to drop that ball once, and then I'm going to try to learn from that, and I'm not going to drop that one again. So yeah. So
in your opinion, what do you think? What role does the network play for your business? The relationships and the network you have, or did you have to build everything from scratch?
I wouldn't say I built everything from scratch. Kind of standing on the shoulders of giants, I guess, too. Sorry, emotional. Dad was like a pillar in the community. So he laid a foundation for a great name for us. So like I'm kind of, I guess that's where I stay. I'm standing on the shoulders of the giants.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So part of it within the community is, he's got a great family reputation.
Okay.
A lot of it, like outside of my immediate family, is I got some clips. Cool. Thank you. So anything outside of like our immediate community I'm kind of built from scratch, and I'm still building. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the parents played a big role.
They did.
In the support.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. And it's always good to be appreciative.
I think so.
To know where all of this strength is coming from.
That's right. There's a few local guys around, like T&T Building Supplies.
Yeah.
Timmy, the guy that owns that. Yeah, I often drive by his first shop we started selling it was his garage.
Really?
Yeah. So at the end of
That's interesting.
I think at the end of the Key Road, there's a house right there. You still see the shape of the sign.
Okay.
On the garage. So yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like he's let me sit down with him for hours at a time and talk.
Okay.
And he's so busy. So yeah.
Wow.
Like, hey Timmy, I'm trying to price this out. Like, can you help me with that? He'll help walk me through it or look over all my notes I've made. Yeah, be like, no, you're too low here. You're okay here. You got to adjust this number. Yeah, so like he's been just fantastic that way. So yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So it's the power of a community support as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did Did going out west open your mind a little bit to see people more as individuals?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think so. Going out west and being on my own, you get to see culture. Like you get to see the real struggles of life. You can do it all on your own, and it's gonna be very hard. Or you can try to lean on other people and collaborate, and people try to help you out as well. And it's still gonna be really hard, but it's gonna be easier. You realize when you're all alone the value of community. So to build that community out there and to have a diverse group of people that you are friends with. Like it was fantastic. It's such a multicultural city. Like it was, I keep telling people like it wasn't abnormal for me to walk into a mosque downtown Fort McMurray and be like, what are you guys doing here? You know, like, can you show me around? And like, they were so open and willing and like, wow, come on in, check this out. Yeah, I think it was Andy Stanley that said the farther you are away from a problem, the easier the solution is.
Ah, that's a good one.
Really good, yeah.
When you think of the listener out there, listens to this podcast and watches you speak about your expertise, what would your advice be?
Try not to be shy. Like, try to just go after it. You're going to do things a little bit different than I'm going to do things. Feel free to call and, you know, ask questions. I had a great conversation with a fella. He has another excavation company, a couple dump trucks and all that stuff. So I called him one day. I was like, hey, can I pick your brain on this? And he's like, and he was awesome, you know, like, you know, it was great to chat with him, kind of just trying to build that relationship a bit. So yeah, like, if that makes sense. Like,
I love this. this. So don't be shy. Communication is very important. Just go pick someone's brain, and collaboration is very important.
Yeah, and be humble enough to listen. Like if someone's going to take time out of their day to help you out, like don't go in there and show them everything that you know, right? Like you want to listen, and part of that listening is you can do with it what you want, kind of thing. Like you can. I've always heard the receive, reject, redeem kind of thing. So like, you can receive this good information, you can hear all this stuff, you can reject it, don't want anything to do with it, or you can redeem some bad information, I guess, from whatever. So yeah.
That's a really good advice. Yeah. And also that just call someone if you're stuck a little bit, just call someone, do it. I just listened to a short from Dane Martell the other day, where he was going out on the roads and asking young fellows, what do you want to do? And then the other guy's like, I think I'm going to be an engineer. So he's like, well, where did you apply? Then the guy's like, I didn't apply yet. Because I don't know the market and I don't know where I should start. And then Dan was already on the phone and he's like, what do you think I'm doing right now?
That's right.
And then the other guy's like, Google? He's like, yes, that's right. I'm looking for the 10 top engineer firms. So this is the top one. I call them right now. So he called them. And then he got the CEO and he said, you know why he's picking up? Because it's 5:30 or was it after work? And CEOs are still at work because there is no like 5 going home or 4:30.
That's right.
You have to work constantly.
Totally.
And then he had him on the phone and he said, he wants to talk to you. Well, he was asking, can he send you an email? And then the CEO said, no, I want to talk to him because, you know, he says, CEOs are busy, so talk to him.
No,
so just awesome. Do it.
That's right.
Don't be shy.
Totally. Yeah. Like I always say, if it's hard, lean into the hard. Like if it's easy, probably don't bother doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the more challenging it is, the more proud you are, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's so funny, that sense of pride and accomplishment. Like that's huge. At the end of the day, like you can sit back and, man, like I worked hard for this and there's people that helped me along the way. So there's gratitude there too, that like, it's not just me. Like it's, and then with that, like you're able to be generous to give back kind of thing. So I love helping and I love to give back. It's part of building the community. So
thank you so much, Drew.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks so much for coming and sharing all your expertise and a little bit of the human side of building something. Totally. So thank you to Drew Wilson, who is who is our flexible driller, sensitive and proud of his accomplishments.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks again.
All of my guests built something real through something hard. And that story, it belongs to you now. Take it, use it, grow through it. If this conversation moved you, share it with one person who needs it today. And subscribe, because the next story is already waiting for you. This is Growth Through Challenge. I'm Martina Bernhofer, and I will see you in the next one.